Hey folks, Connor from Nice Wheels here, and today we're going to talk about Easy Motion City Commuter Line, which includes the Street Pro, the City Pro, and the City Wave Pro. So in this review, we'll go through the spec of each three bikes. We'll talk about how to choose which frame is right for you, and most importantly, we'll talk about how it rides. So the two bikes I have in front of me, the Evo Street Pro and the City Wave Pro, are spec'd nearly identically, but for two different frame sizes. So the height ranges for the Street are going to be between 4'11" and about 5'10" as the maximum, and then the recommended height range for the City Wave Pro is going to be between 5'5" and 6'6". Now there's also the City Pro, which is essentially the top tube version of the City Wave. It has the same colorway as this bike, but they offer that in two frame sizes as well. You have the 20-inch and the 22-inch. So in terms of the electric system, these bikes are all spec'd exactly the same. You're powered by a 500-watt Dapu geared motor in the back that Easy Motion's been working with for a long time. Really good quality geared motors that peak up to over 800 watts. So definitely a lot of climbing potential and really good torque off the line with these bikes. Now with the 2018 versions of these bikes, they've upgraded all of these models to be the Pro model, and that's going to mean that you get a 600 watt-hour battery pack and you get the Easy Motion Pro center mount display. So it essentially works off of the same mounting bracket that the old displays have that were side mounted, but instead you replace that display with a button pad, and then you have everything on your center mount console, so you get a lot of the information really easy to read while you're riding, and gives you a couple more stats as well. So all three of these models are nearly identically spec'd. You have full coverage fenders front and rear, and those are some nice alloy fenders on there, not going to rattle around very much. You get the rear rack included with them, a front suspension fork, lighting that runs off of the main battery, and the same adjustable handlebar stem so you can fine-tune your fit. So taking a closer look at this drivetrain, you have Shimano Alivio 24-speed setup. Now that may be a little bit more than what most people need on an e-bike, but at least you have the options available to you if you're climbing a really steep hill. So one of my favorite features of Easy Motion hub motor bikes that may go unnoticed to a lot of people is just how easy it is to remove the rear wheel. So these are using a through axle, and all you have to do is just basically unthread with this lever here, loosen it all of the way, and pull the entire axle out, and that'll allow you to change your rear flats very easily. So if you are willing to work on your own bike, you don't have to lug it all the way to the shop when you get a rear flat. Real easy to remove and do your own flat fixes with these models. So all of these bikes are equipped with high quality Tektro hydraulic disc brakes, and they have built-in motor cutoff within the lever, so that's going to be telling the motor not to have any assist or any power when you do pull the brakes. So definitely a good safety feature to have. And with this nice swept back riser bar, you have plenty of adjustability and a full range of motion with this stem. Taking a closer look at the display panel and controls, you have your three buttons here, the minus and plus buttons to adjust your pedal assist, and the minus button also double functions as your light button, so when you hold that down, you're going to have a backlit display and your front and rear lights will turn on. Now the power button lets you toggle through a few different stats, and you have different ones according to totals that the bike has done, since you've gotten it. And you can keep tapping through to see your stats on your trip as well. So definitely plenty of readouts and information to let you know all about your ride. Your speed is going to be front and center on the display, and your 4 levels of assist will be indicated by these percentages here. So when you're down at 0%, that was what will allow you to use your throttle, so you don't have any assist kicking in. So when you're at 0%, that's when you're able to use the throttle. So it'll activate the throttle and disactivate your torque sensor, so it'll just operate as a Class 2 bike. Once you select any of the assist levels, then the throttle becomes inactive and you're relying fully on the torque sensor that is near the rear axle, so that's going to give you very smooth and fluid pedal assist. And the assist levels are split up by percentages, so you have 30%, 50%, 70%, and 100% assist. With pedaling and throttle, both of these bikes will top out at 20 miles per hour from the assist. So taking a closer look at the battery here, you can see just how nicely integrated it is into the frame, something that Easy Motion is definitely known for. And you can remove the battery with your key and just give that a quick turn, and that will pop out, kind of pull it from the bottom there. And now these batteries are very intelligent batteries. You can store them for longer periods of time. They do have a deep sleep mode. So depending on what charge level you're at, it'll start that deep sleep based on the charge. Generally, you want to keep it at around 50% if you plan on storing it for more than a month or so. Now you have the battery plug down here. Your charger will come with an extra dongle that allows you to plug it directly into the battery and charge it off of the bike. The battery also has a charge button here, so you can kind of get a rough estimate of your charge level when you press that. And if you want to charge it onto the bike, you can put the battery right back in there, turn your key, and then right below the crank here is where you're going to have your charge plug to charge the battery while it's on the bike. So you can open that up and plug it directly in the bike. Now you do want to keep in mind that both the lock and the charge port are very close to the crank. So you don't want to be rolling the bike backwards, because the crank can shear off one of the keys or get stuck in your charger and unplug it from the bike. So just something to keep in mind when you're charging or trying to remove the battery from your bike. So Easy Motion is definitely known for packing a lot of value into their bikes at a good price point. And not only value in terms of the specs that you get for the price, but also the fact that they have the industry-leading warranty. So you have 5 years on the major components of the bike, which includes the motor and display, and then 2 years on your battery pack. 2018 has been a huge step up from 2017. They've changed all of their models to essentially have them still stay at the 3K price point, but you get 100 more watt hours in the battery pack, and you get this Pro display already included. That combination of torque sensor and hub motor just feels really good. You get a nice pushing sensation out of it, and it's just very natural and easy to ride. And the cool thing with Easy Motions is that they do come with a throttle. If you ever want to just cruise around on it and have a little fun, the option is available there for you. Aside from their excellent warranty, they're also known for having the best battery integration in the business. And that's definitely true for all of these models. If you look at these even from a close distance, you couldn't really tell that any of them are electric. So it's a great bike to have if you want to be a little bit more stealthy and maybe not so obvious that you're riding an e-bike. And definitely overall, the quality of the components, the spec of the electronics, and all of that combined with the sleek design and warranty makes the Easy Motion City bikes a great value bike to have for your daily driver. Thanks so much for watching our review on the Easy Motion City line. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as turn on those notifications so that you know when we release new videos.